Let's start with the regionals that will be taking part. It's South America that will be represented by LATAM and Brazil, taking on Europe, who will be represented by Europe, CIS and Turkey. Now, Ultimate Bravery is a challenge where teams will be drawing a card, and on the card will be a champion, a skill to max, and an item order that they simply cannot deviate from. So in the example that I'm showing you, it is an AP Darius build. You have to build from left to right, starting with boots and enchantment and traveling all the way down the line. Now, if any of these players deviate from this strategy, you can expect them to be shamed and named on a broadcast, because that's the name. It's about Ultimate Bravery. The players are setting up behind me right now as we speak. They have been assigned their champions, and then we'll be deciding on exactly how they're going to play this game in a moment. To talk about those champion builds, of which the 60 unique champions appear only once, we're going to head over to the analyst desk with Shocks and crew.
Well, thank you very much, Trevor. I'm very excited because I've actually never seen Ultimate Bravery in action, but you have a lot of experience with it, Yamato.
Well, I have experience with it, but in a different way. Like back in the day when I played a lot of solo queue on the EOS ladder, whenever someone was like, whenever you flamed someone for building improperly, oh guys, he's just playing Ultimate Bravery. That was basically the phrase people used. That is my experience with it.
Fair enough. I mean, personal experience, I have actually played this game many times and actually have seen every single build that they could potentially get coming into this one. And it's not like EUS solo queue, to say the least. There is a lot worse, believe it or not.
You can see the players on the screen. So look at his card. That looks like Caitlyn.
Oh, let's look at... We actually have our list right here, so let's see what that will make Caitlyn do.
I see 2 support items on that card, just at a glance.
Hurricane into IE, I think it's... Late game king.
If you get to the IE all the way at the end of the build, yes.
And obviously the talisman for some mobility.
All right,
there.
so it's with Summoner's Heal and Exhaust, Boots of Lucidity, Talisman of Ascension, Lich Bane, Runet's Hurricane, Miguel's Crucible, and Infinity Edge. Well, I mean, at least there's one full AD item in there.
Crits.
Yeah, I mean, Hurricane Change actually going to help here, yeah.
Oh, Runettes as well. There we go.
If you make it to item 6, it could be considered viable, I guess. Like, place the traps, run
with
fast.
Talisman, you can just chill in the bush and you're accumulating gold anyway. No action. Perfect.
Are we going to put that Caitlyn in support then?
I also just heard that BRTT will be playing Annie in this one. Annie with Teleport and Ghost to max Q first, with the Onion Boots of Lucidity, Static Shift, Nashor's Tooth, Zeke's Harbinger, Sunfire Cape, and Banshee's Veil.
It started off so well.
Yeah.
It's like, Teleport, Ghost, maxes Q, that's not bad. And then it just went horrible. And that's the fun thing about Ultimate Bravery, is that you have to do what the card tells you to do, and it's just so much fun. Rusty, I know you've got a lot of experience, like you mentioned.
As AD Annie? No. But Ultimate Bravery, yes. I was going to say...
Ultimate Bravery, thank you.
This particular build, if Annie was about a season ago when the auto attack range was a lot longer, maybe it would be very good.
Oh. We will see. We got a new one in here. Lep has drawn Katarina with Barrier and Exhaust, W Max, Boots of Swiftness, Captain Enchantment, Blade of the Ruined King, Rage Blade, Essence Reaver, Archangel Staff, and Zeke's Harbinger.
That actually sounds like a real build. Yeah.
He should be happy. Like, any champion that has AP scalings and AD scalings are super good in Ultimate Bravery.
Yep, and a Quinzu's Rage Blade to boot, but having to build Blade of the Ruined King first... It'll be okay, because it's a W max, I guess.
Sure. I keep forgetting that you also have to do the right order, which is actually
and have the
really
same summoner spells, and have the skill max. It's everything in Ultimate Bravery.
Let's talk about that. White Lotus has drawn Warwick with Cleanse and Flash. W, Sorcerer's Shoes with Home Guard Enchantment, Luden's Echo, Phantom Dancer, Black Cleaver, Yuma's Ghost Blade, and Static Shiv.
Now, that was legit.
There's potential. There's potential.
That's legit. Once again, a champion that has like some synergy with AD, some AP, Luden's Echo for the proc, Static Shiv. The burst is insane on that Ultimate.
And the dance. Let's not forget.
No, not the dance.
You know all that all too well, I should say. And White Lotus to boot is a mid laner, if it's worth anything. Going AP first.
Perfect.
Yeah, might help.
Totally makes sense. I mean, I guess, Russ, again, you've played quite a lot of this game mode. How much of it is just like knowing the champions and just feeling it out and being like, just honestly using your mechanics and your knowledge?
I think it'll just come down to how you can play your individual champion, so all of it, I think, basically. If you know that Luden's Echo does a certain amount of damage with each 100 proc, you can use your ulti, maybe time it, get a Q after, get some extra damage. I feel like it's big, but not that big.
One question though, Zach. When you've played it, is it like in a normal game that you just queued up and you just explain to your teammates, guys, I'm playing Ultimate Bravery.
You have to do it as a team. You have to go in as a 5-man lobby and say, all right, we're all doing it. Get your build. You get the build ready to go. And then you just try your best to win with it. It doesn't ever really work.
Well, we've got another one in here from Sia, who's actually a mid laner, and he has drawn Ziggs. So far, so good. But with Barrier and Ghost, I mean, it could be worse. W Max, Mercury's Treads, also not terrible. Frozen Mallet, Talisman of Ascension, Bloodthirster, Infinity Edge, and Archangel's Staff.
He's the guy that chases you down and slows you. You tag him with an auto attack, no one's moving.
Talisman for the gap closer.
Exactly.
Maxing W for the CD, for the gap, another gap closer. Ziggs tank. That's what it is.
It's all about this. Control make Ziggs, is what you're telling me.
And then the Frozen Mallet to boot. That is absurd.
What a slap. As a note, by the way, when you play Ultimate Bravery, Zach, does the other team also obey by the rules?
Oh, they don't play it.
Yeah.
They play standard. They might decide halfway through when you've gone for this Ziggs build with a Mercury Treads first item maxing W. They might go, oh, it's got a little bit easy, maybe, but they don't often do it all.
Another one we've gotten in is Arce, who will be playing Lux with Heal and Exhaust. That's not too bad. Emax, Boots of Mobility, Runan's Hurricane, Lichbane, Death's Dance, Phantom Dancer, and Zhonya's Hourglass.
That's
wow.
legit.
So the thing is,
Yeah.
when you think about it, maxing E first, with the Hurricane, you apply your E on like a mini wave, you auto-attack once and you just, poof, your passive explodes. Genius.
But that also means you get your Lichbane faster if it's worth anything. You do get to farm effectively, and then double on hit style of play. It can be an auto attack based.
I don't think it's brave at all. I think it's genius.
Maybe attack
Look up
speed
Yamato's next game. This Lux build, I'm like, what have you done?
All right. Well, excuse me. I was getting in the players' choices. Holy Phoenix, of course, fantastic AD carry from the Turkish region, and he got his hands on an AD carry, Graves. But now it's to see what he has to build. No awkward silence, please. I'm trying to look for it.
The other thing to note as well is that the players can tune their runes and masteries. That's the only thing we let them choose.
So, Graves, Ghost and Flash, E, Boots of Lucidity, Hextech Gunblade, Manamune, Zeke's Harbinger, Warmock's Armor, Death's Dance. That
Game's
doesn't
over.
sound. No,
That
that's
feels
not too
amazing.
bad. Yeah.
That's
sick.
perfect.
We're done.
Super.
But honestly, what more
And
could
Holy
you want?
Phoenix.
Yeah, and Holy Phoenix is aggressive.
What
He's
a
got a
tryhard.
Warlock. Yeah, seriously.
There is no bravery in this.
Ultimate unfairness. Yeah, I can feel that.
RNGesus. That pulls the right card. Why not?
Another one, Dumble Doge, the famous Dumble Doge who
Oh, man.
killed Faker.
Did he get Thresh?
The Faker Slayer.
The Faker Slayer? No, he got Trundle, actually. So
Basically,
I mean,
it's the port.
true letter the same. With Smite and Ghost, W Max, Boots of Swiftness, Hextech Gunblade, Luden's Echo, Athene's Unholy Grail, Spirit Visage, and the Zizirot Portal. That can come in handy all the time.
Like this would have been good a long time ago when the Ultimate actually had AP scaling. But now it does not.
I don't think
You're
so.
the analyst.
You gave me this look as if it did.
It lost me at maxing W. I don't think it matters what he builds now, because this Trundle has to max nothing. It's just ground to move fast, right? How's it going to affect him at all when he has to go for a Hextech
Trundle
Gunblade
the
first?
Terrain Master.
Does it still give you tenacity? There you go. Get out of the way.
Sure. Max
Easy.
the tenacity build.
Makes him run away better.
He can get away
Totally
from
do.
that
In an
Ziggs we were
area.
talking about.
With the frozen mallet.
It's going to be necessary. The other one we've got is Thaldrin, who got Gangplank.
Wow.
So at least it could be played top. Cleanse and Heal, W, Boots of Mobility.
No.
Face of the Mountain,
Did he?
Crucible, Righteous Glory, Locket of the Iron Solari, and Talisman of Ascension.
Did he go for a black letter Ultimate Bravery build? Is that what I'm seeing? Mm-hmm.
That's
a man.
amazing.
He's actually gone for a build which is designed to lose you the game. I'm not kidding. We made these ourselves. Mad scientists apparently crafted these to make you have a very hard time.
So Max in W, I think this is the type of gangplank that is just designed to annoy people. And usually being annoying doesn't win you games. It's probably pretty brave.
Speaking about annoying, Smurf got his hands on Tom Kench
Oh, man.
with Teleports. That is pretty good. Teleport, Ignite, W, Mercury Shreds, Manamune, Archangel Staff, Lichbane, Banshee's Veil, and Bloodthirster.
Manamune and Archangel Staff. The mana synergy.
At least he has a mana pool.
Could have been a lot worse. Does go for Lichbane as well after. So let's say 3-item power spike for the Tom
I've
Catch.
seen that AP Tom Kench. I'm ready. He's going to kill some people. I think the other thing as well is that these players, I believe, can choose where they go. I don't know if they're set in the roles. So they have to decide, like, we have these 5 champions. Maybe one of us has Smite. Where are we going? Who's our jungler?
I think the explanation, we just lane swapped, you know, it's strategic in case of rules, but I don't think there are any.
Well, actually, you don't get any points if you win the Ultimate Bravery because also the mixed teams, and also it would be very hard to track, and sometimes they might not exactly do what they are told. We hope they do, because otherwise they'll be shamed very much so by us. It's more for fun. And for fun, Kira has Caitlyn, Heal and Exhaust, Emax, Boots of Lucidity, Talisman of Ascension, Lich Bane, Runaan's Hurricane, Mikael's Crucible, and Infinity Edge. Not too bad. A little bit of support, a little bit of AD.
The Infinity Edge in the end.
Maxing net.
Actually,
yeah, more headshots.
I keep forgetting that it's not. That I'm like, oh, Infinity Edge, you build that first. No, that is not the way you play this game.
Yeah, you have to build your boots and your enchantment first, so hopefully you got a good enchantment.
I was going to be okay with it.
It's fur.
If it was traps max. Because you get Boots of Lucidity first. Reduce the cooldown. Just place traps everywhere.
No.
And by default, you just get AD runes.
What's up with every champion getting Talisman?
I don't know.
Actually,
Everyone's just going to run away
It's a
from
very
each other.
brave item, you Manu.
No. Yeah. Run at each other, obviously. Hopefully.
I feel like it's the opposite. I feel like they'd run at each other faster, but they'll be running away just as fast, except for that Ziggs. He will be running at them very fast.
I can't wait for the aggressive like satchel charge into like empowered auto, frozen mallet slow. Talisman, go. Ulti.
Yeah, it's pretty
Melee
crazy.
Ziggs.
Just to go over the teams again, South America, Arcea, White Lotus, BRTT, and Lep, cool combination, and then Kira, Smurf, Thaldrin, Holy Phoenix, and Dumbledoge. Do you have Holy Phoenix and Dumbledoge?
Yeah, the
They should have
actual
pretty
bottom
good
lane.
together.
I don't
Yeah.
know if they're playing actual bottom lane champions.
Probably not.
But
Holy Phoenix is playing Graves, so that's not too bad.
AD carry.
Trundle and Graves in the bottom lane. How theorize that?
WMAX Trundle.
If this was the LMS, that is a legitimate lane. Unfortunately, they're not building like the LMS either, but we can make it work. I think they will.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. Any predictions as to this one?
It's going to be fun.
Yeah.
That's the only possible prediction for this game mode.
I think that Lux with Hurricane is going to do massive work. I just see the synergy. The passive proccing is going to be insane. Lux is going to win the game. For sure.
I'm watching Gangplank. I love that build. That's so manly to take that envelope and just go for the full support Gangplank. So I don't know if he's going to do well, but I'm excited to see what he does, if anything.
I agree. Completely behind that Gangplank, but what I'm most excited for is BRTT and Lep in a team together, assumedly in lane together. Will they even troll each other, or will they actually be the best friends club they say they are?
Hey, it's turning into that. 2 wins already. Brazil is bonding. Well, we'll see what happens here in Ultimate Bravery. I think the players are ready, and I can't wait to see what happens. So let's get into the game.
Thanks, guys, and this is going to be an interesting match. Stress. I think the best part of this is trying to turn all these builds and see if they actually maybe work in some way. Like the Ziggs one actually seems pretty legit.
That's legit. I'm going to try and look at some analysis on this one, but it might not be like a, rotation. In fact, that might be the only thing you can do in this game
I mean, they
mode.
have the talismans, right? So they can rotate even faster.
So quick. Just got to make sure you don't, use them all at the same time, and then it all just falls apart. We did want to clarify one thing on the Gangplank build, actually. The Talisman of Ascension, speaking of it, has been changed out. The 6th item has been changed out for Zhonya's, because you can't have 2 gold generation items.
Yeah, cannot break the game. That would be too broken. That is one of the black cards, though.
Yes.
There are 5 black cards, which are even harder, as QuickShot mentioned earlier today, than all of the others. One of them includes Fiora, where you build 5 Nash's Tooth, and 1 Boots of Swiftness with Fiora.
I like that.
Fiora?
Fiora?
Yeah. Fiora for your Fiora.
No.
But Gangplank is one of them, and that's quite cool.
So we are getting closer to the time that the players are ready, but certainly Ultimate Bravery is a game mode that I normally would say I've got some experience with. A long time ago I used to play it. Fair enough. But it seems to be like more of when we play together, I'm just like doing whatever these days.
I thought you did that in every game we
That's
play
what
together.
I mean. It's like every game we play together, I'm like, I'm just going to do this.
Oh, yeah.
And
do you do that in solo queue as well? Is that why
a little bit. I did that when I was actually over in America. I just played...
But then it would have worked then, right?
I was getting to that. I was actually just playing like on-hit TF that we were talking about in the previous game, which it looks like Ultimate Bravery though, because you go like Lich Bane into Guinsoo's, and resultedly a week until 4 items you need to just hit people and they kind of explode. So that's one of those things is nobody knows what the power spikes are, but I agree on the Lux build, as Yamato so eloquently put it. You hit the E, You auto-attack the minions and poof, gold.
Gone.
Gold, gone, gold, everything. That's one I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, Tam Kench coming in here. Has a Lich Bane in there. Archangel Staff. So at least he has mana. Has Mana Moon as well. So going for the double tiers. He's gonna need a lot of tiers in this game, I feel, as the game progresses. And players, just the eyebrow raised there. It's just like, I know what I'm doing.
I think I know what I'm doing. I think this is what is happening. If in fact that Tam Kench is correct, just trying to remember exactly all of the builds that we do have. Have you ever built Tam Kench AP in an ARAM?
No, but I heard Faker did it in mid lane for a little bit in solo queue.
I think that might
AP
actually be
Kench.
why I kind of jumped into an ARAM. And when I got Tam Kench, I was like,
It's
AP, all in.
What, you jumped into an hour immediately after and it's like, okay, the 1 in 127
No, I
chance
just mean
of
the
getting
next
Tam
time I got
Kench.
Tam Kench. Have you ever had that, though? I have had that, where it's just like, I really want to play this champion. And
Yeah, I mean, I got my main like 4 times in a row once, and it was just like Riven. Lost all of those games, but it was still great.
all of that advice from Hooney. And
Yeah.
all you do is waste it on Riven games.
Well, he
in
told
ARAM.
me, just outplay your opponent, and I tried. But I hadn't got to the bit where I had to eat the Mandarin, so...
Did you know Riven is the only champion where that is the strategy of outplay your opponent? It's useless on any other champion.
Oh, yeah. With Rumble, you've just got to play 1,000 games. Like, you look at these other champions, like, literally outplaying plays very little part, especially in Ultimate Bravery.
I'm looking forward to seeing how some of this goes. I mean, Graves has insane base damage on his Q when he finally does end up maxing it, so that is one thing that we may end up seeing.
Which doesn't seem
a
fair,
lot.
by the way, because I believe Holy Phoenix is on Graves, right? So
Yeah, Khal Drogo himself is going to be able to blow a couple of people up with that Q. But I just... W max? Oh, no, it's E max, sorry. So he's going to be able to reload pretty quickly. That actually isn't too bad. I mean, it's still bad, but it's not too bad.
I'm actually a little sad it's not Smokescreen, because if you do that in an ARAM, that's actually legit. Like, it has like 0.6 scaling, but actually like a fairly decent AoE, so you just poke people from super long range. It's like AP Nasus if you ever run that in ARAM.
Well,
So
that's
good.
because AD Nasus is useless. You can't be in an ARAM and just
like,
be
hold
like,
on, guys, let me
wait, guys,
don't kill
I've
them
got
in your
this. I've
You
got
freeze
this.
this real quick.
In fact, have you ever... I once played an ARAM, I can't remember who it was. It may have been Impaler, one of the players from EU, who was like, guys, if you're not going to farm, if you can't last hit the minions, don't hit them at all. And I'm like, you are taking this ARAM way too seriously, my friend. It's an ARAM.
Have you ever
Like-
played with someone who's just like a Dominion player? Like an actual Dominion player? Like
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because those guys, like, they have these crazy tactics, like, down to, like, the millisecond. It's just like, how do you even have this for Dominion? It's Dominion.
Well, I don't know. I ended up playing some Dominion just after Worlds, actually, just to in between doing some of the researching and stuff. And yeah, Malzahar is so OP in that game mode. I don't know.
Apparently.
I would have loved to have seen. Do we have any Malzahar in this? Yes, we do actually. If Malzahar gets drawn, Ignite Teleport. That already seems good. Ninja Tabi with Home
That
Guard.
already seems good.
ZZ Rock Portal. There's some AP. Frost Queen's Claim. Manamune, Rabadon's... That's a legitimate Malzahar build.
That's, like, actually okay.
That's not too bad. Okay, it looks like we are getting very